Welcome back to Beyond the Game. Doug McKenzie here with Lizzy Trottier, better known as Lizzy, and that's what I'm going to stick with because I got Lysianne out once and I won't do it twice. Third-year keeper, Capers women's soccer team. Lysianne, thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
And this has been a great transition year for you. I mean, you've kind of been in the net a lot. You started 7 games out of 8 so far, I believe.
Yep.
6 wins.
Yep.
4 shutouts.
Something like that.
Sounds right. I'm doing pretty good on my stats. How's this year been for you? Like year 3, finally stepping into your own.
This year's been great. It was my first 2 years. I was behind Tiffany O'Donnell, and it was great to train with her and learn from her. But it was really exciting this year to be able to step into my own and play with the team, and I've really been enjoying it.
I mean, certainly, yeah, those first 2 years with Tiff, I mean, she was a first-team All-Star and 5-year player and AUS champion here with CBU. Great that you got that experience. Was she good in kind of preparing you for what would come?
Yeah, it was great to train with her. She taught me a lot, and she pushed me to be better every day. So this year it's been a little different without her, but she's prepared me well.
Now, even while you were not the main keeper the first 2 years, I mean, you did get a few starts. I think you might have had 6 wins in the first 2 years, like 3 each year, if I'm correct.
I played 3 in my first year, 2 in my second year.
So I think you won all of them, though.
Yes.
So I mean, you were perfect coming into this season. I mean, so you did have some experience in transition to the US. Now, you came from Ontario.
Yes.
And how'd you find that transition to CBU and into the AUS?
It was a step up for me. It was different leaving home and coming to a new area and playing with a lot of people I hadn't played with before. I find a lot of the local girls or people from Nova Scotia, they're playing against people they've played with previously, but it was a whole new game for me. So it was a real difference.
You've enjoyed your time so far, though?
Definitely. I've made lots of good friends. I'm loving living in Cape Breton, so it's been a good time.
I know coming to Cape Breton is always a bit of a culture shock for some people, especially from bigger cities and that, but you've always seemed to fit in. I mean, you have a good core of friends. I see you out and about. Academically, you've adapted very well, academic All-Canadian.
Yep.
How's that transition been for school now? Has that been a big curve for you?
School, it wasn't too bad for me. I went to a bigger high school back home, and so I got to take courses in business and take accounting courses when I was back home. So coming here, I found it wasn't that big of a step up, so I transitioned pretty well that way.
On the pitch, big win last week, another 4-0 shutout, another clean sheet for you against St. FX, the traditional rival, and avenging that loss earlier this year, which, we will speak no more of. Big weekend, though, coming up. The next 2 weekends are really big for you guys as you battle for one of those buys for the playoffs. I mean, Dallas, Mew, in Halifax, and then back here.
Yeah.
What are you thinking heading up there? I mean, you haven't seen either team yet. What do you know?
No, we're optimistic. We're really excited that this is the home stretch of the season, last 4 games, and we are pushing to come either first or second in the league so we can get that bye in AUS. I think everyone's really excited. It'll be nice that our last 2 games are home, so we know that we play better at home, so I think we're all excited for that. Now,
Lizzy, I'll ask you the question, and I always kind of preface it a little bit. What do I know about Lysianne, just to kind of get us off there? I know she's a little sour right now because she has a hair issue. She has it down, which is not a normal team look, not a soccer player look. She broke her elastic prior to the start of this. Technical difficulties. She borrowed one from a teammate, Carolyn Blaine, our audience today, and broke that. But we know she likes her hair up. I know she likes animals. She was also part of our SPCA day up at the park. But what don't I know about Lizzy Trottier? I know you're academic All-Canadian. I know where you hail from. I know all the fun stuff. What don't I know, or what don't other people know?
Something that people don't know about me is that I love Star Wars. I can quote all 6 movies. It's my favorite thing to do. I could sit there and watch all 6 in a row.
What's your favorite one?
I think the second one, Attack of the Clones, that was kind of the first one I saw in theaters because I was about 7 when it came out, so I think that's the one that stuck with me.
See, now I feel really old because the second one for me was like The Empire Strikes Back, because that was the original 3, right? So I get all confused on what the second one is.
Yeah.
So you must be looking forward to the new one coming out in December?
December 18th, yeah, I'll be there.
She knows the day. She knows the day. There you go. Lysianne, thanks for joining us. Best of luck the rest of the season, and we'll see you in the playoffs.
See you there.
Thanks for joining us on Beyond the Game.